What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Gora TV. So, Bruno Fernandes has this interview that is going out in the media right now, where he talked about football being so robotic right now, and that he's not saying it's okay to lose possession. That is, it's good when you have possession, because once you have the ball, it means you're in control. You can do what you want to do with it. But he says the way football has become is so robotic, unlike before, where players with what they see as like their trademark, for example. Say for example, like him, he's all about like the risky pass, that Hollywood ball, that assisting. Pretty much that's how we know Bruno to be it at when he was 14 or Manchester United. But again, he also went further to mention that there are players who have not reached their full potential, like what we thought they were going to be. And he gave an example of Neymar. Now, if Neymar was taught or was talked about or was made to understand that he could not like get past people, make tricks and stuff like that, he might lose his identity as a soccer player or football player, because that's what we know Neymar to be: showboating, assisting, also making tricks, entertaining people. But he says himself, Bruno, if at all he has to adapt to where the football is right now, robotic, him not playing the way he's known to be, like the risky pass, assisting long balls, he's going to be like useless, or he's going to be a waste in the team, because that's what he's about. Because in this interview, you can seem to agree and disagree at the same time, because I think Bruno Fernandes as a number 10, with what he's saying is his identity, makes sense. You understand? It makes sense. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if you have seen this. Please smash a like on the video and please subscribe. But again, he said players like Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, and that's what they did. That it's not like you could change them, because it's like when you change that aspect of their playing style, they can't really flourish as a football player. Because if you want to look at this, we can give an example or some couple examples. For example, like in Manchester City, right? Grealish at Aston Villa, he was fantastic on carrying man. He was taking men on like crazy. But once he got to Manchester City, he was playing this way where it's just like he gets the ball and plays it back. Like Grealish could not go past people like how he was at Aston Villa before Manchester City bought him. Because even when he has gone to Everton now, he's playing good. You can see that Grealish of Aston Villa at Everton, unlike at Manchester City, because I feel Grealish was good in Manchester City just for like 1 year and a half. But then he just lost his, pretty much like his mojo. That's what Bruno Fernandes is trying to say. Like, it's you lose yourself in trying to play a certain style. But this is the thing most of the fans we were talking about, that if Bruno Fernandes wants to stay in the midfield in Manchester United, we gotta sell him, get the money and buy players who will be suited for the system that Amorim is trying to play. But if it's a number 10, keep him, because Bruno as number 10 will give you all those assists you're looking for. In the midfield, he doesn't have the discipline to move the ball around, composure, keep the position. He's not that type of player. So that's what he's trying to say, that he is not going to change the way he's going to play, because he is all about that. And if he changes the way he's going to play to adapt to the way football is right now, he's pretty much like redundant. It's pretty much like non-existent. Like it's like you lose a part of yourself, So you can go 50-50 on why the interview, what you're saying is factual, and why you contradict. As a number 10, it makes sense. But as a midfield, it doesn't make a good lot of sense for that. So it's just interesting that football has become the way it is right now. So Bruno Fernandes is that type of player who, how do I say it? Like, we can criticize him and he cannot criticize him, but as a midfielder, he's not good. He cannot track his man, because if he's doing what he's doing, like talking about the Hollywood passes, the risky passes, right? If he was in number 10, he makes those risky passes, right? You lose the ball. It doesn't cause that much damage than when you do it in the midfield, because once you do it in the midfield and you lose it, it's the defense now against the attack. But once you do it up front as a number 10, once you miss it, you have a midfield to contend with, and you have the defense. So it's like double shield, unlike a single shield if you did in the midfield. So I don't know. I think people be on the fence of this, like why is true, why is not, But again, it's just who he is. And I don't think Bruno will change, because he even, like, was it 2 years ago or last year or some time ago, he also made this same interview. He also talked about in another interview that that's who he is. Hollywood passes, risky passes. And it's good when, like I said again, when he's in number 10 position. He's brilliant at that. But in the midfield, it's not worth it, because him playing the midfield overpasses or bypasses people like Cunha, who likes the ball to fit, you know. And again, that also makes Cunha's game more difficult, because he doesn't get the ball. You know, Bruno is trying to look these long passes to maybe Ahmad or Mbuemo or Dogo if the right side is overloaded and they have to switch the play. That's Bruno, you know. But again, it's just where you stand on defense. Like, I think part of it, what he's saying is true, and that's if I thought he plays as a number 10. But his force was the midfield, and you can't blame Bruno for it, because the coach is using him as a number 8, or like in the pivot, where we know Bruno is magnificent when he plays as a number 10, because then you get the assist. Because he can be selfish, but then players who are world class are selfish. Ronaldo is selfish, Messi is selfish, Mbappe is selfish, Vinicius is selfish, Harry Kane is selfish, you know. It's just how you want to look at it, you know. But again, Cunha is also back in training, so we don't know how it's going to be over the next game against West Ham. Is he going to drop maybe Xerxes or Mount for Cunha to come in? But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Xerxes and Mount will probably start, and then Cunha comes off the bench, which I don't think is a bad thing. We're at home, West Ham, their relegation spot in the league. But, you know, Xerxes has earned his right to start this game. You know, I think he was just a player who was lacking match fitness, and we knew, like I said in my match reaction yesterday, I predicted that he was going to score. You know, I think if Xerxes is that kind of player who needs a couple of games to wear that rustiness out, then he can get to match fitness. It was like with Rooney. When Rooney gets injured or comes back, it takes like 1 to 3 games for Rooney to be sharp again. You know, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about that. But again, our win yesterday at Crystal Palace was some people say it's lucky, it's luck. But I don't think it was luck. You know, we kind of like were on the front foot in the second half. We got 2 set pieces that we scored from. Xerxes, that goal was a tight angle. It's just technique. He's technically gifted. You know, we know that. You know, but Crystal Palace, I think if the wall, you know, was better, maybe we wouldn't have had those chances. But again, it's a 3-point where we got from there. It's not easy to win at Crystal Palace. So I'm happy that we won. We're 6th and 7th in the league right now. So we have 2 winnable games, you know. West Ham on Thursday, and then we'll have Wolves. So these are 2 games that if we win, we'll probably be in top 4, you know, depending on how the other teams play. So Xerxes was really fantastic. It was brilliant for what happened yesterday. He grew into the game. I think he just needs game time, you know. But there's some talks about also like midfielders for the January transfer window. People like Gallagher and this guy in Atalanta. What's his name again? He's a Brazilian, Edison. So I'll have to make a separate video on that. But this one was just about like the Bruno interview, you know, Cunha back in town or back in training for West Ham. So, no, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Please help your boy, and we're trying to go to like 500 subscribers right now. Please subscribe to the channel, and please share the video, and please like as well. I'm on lunch break, but I was like, hey, you know, when I saw this, I was like, let me just bring it up to you guys in the chat. But again, drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. Is Bruno right, or is Bruno wrong for saying what he said in that interview? So I'll see you guys in another video. I'm out, y'all.